The Immortal Legacy of Henrietta Lacks. Henrietta Lacks, a black tobacco farmer from rural Virginia, died of cervical cancer in 1951, but a part of her lived on to revolutionize modern medicine. Her story, chronicled in Rebecca Skloot's book The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, is a complex narrative that intertwines medical discovery, profound ethical violations, and a legacy that continues to shape biomedical research. The saga of her immortal HeLa cells, taken without her consent, highlights racial inequality in medicine and raises enduring questions about patient rights, consent, and the commercialization of human biological material. Born Loretta Pleasant in 1920, she was raised in Clover, Virginia, by her grandfather after her mother's death. She married her cousin, David Day Lacks, and the couple had 5 children. In 1951, after experiencing abnormal bleeding, she sought treatment at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, one of the few hospitals at the time that treated black patients. A biopsy confirmed a diagnosis of a malignant cervical tumor. During her treatment, doctors took 2 samples of her cervix, one healthy and one cancerous, without her knowledge or permission. This was a common practice at the time, as there were no laws requiring informed consent for research on a patient's tissue. The cells were given to researcher Dr. George Gay, who had been attempting to grow human cells in a lab. While nearly all other human cells Gay had tried to grow would die off within a few days, Lacks's cells thrived and multiplied at an astonishing rate. They were named HeLa cells, using the first 2 letters of her first and last names. This was an unprecedented breakthrough, providing science with the first ever immortal human cell line. Henrietta Lacks died on October 4, 1951 at the age of 31 and was buried in an unmarked grave. Unbeknownst to her and her family, her cells became one of the most vital tools in medical history. The impact of HeLa cells on science has been immense. They were essential for developing the polio vaccine and have been used in research on cancer, viruses, including HIV and COVID-19, cloning, and gene mapping. HeLa cells have even traveled to space to study the effects of zero gravity on human biology. An estimated 50 million metric tons of her cells have been grown and distributed to researchers worldwide. In total, almost 11,000 patents are connected to HeLa cells. The sheer volume of scientific advancements made possible by her cells is staggering and has saved millions of lives. For decades, however, her family remained in the dark. It wasn't until 1973 that they learned about the existence of HeLa cells, when a researcher contacted them seeking blood samples for genetic testing. The discovery was devastating. They were confused, and their suspicions about racial issues and medical ethics were amplified by the fact that billions of dollars had been made from their mother's cells, while they struggled financially and couldn't afford health insurance. The Lacks family's experience brought to light the racial injustices inherent in a system where researchers could profit from a black woman's body without her family's knowledge or consent. The case of Henrietta Lacks became a catalyst for major changes in medical ethics. It sparked a crucial debate about informed consent, patient privacy, and the commercialization of biological materials. The story of HeLa cells directly influenced the creation of policies designed to protect human research subjects. The Common Rule, introduced in the early 1990s, set federal ethical guidelines and requires informed consent, though debates continue regarding biospecimens. In 2013, the National Institutes of Health, NIH, reached an agreement with the Lacks family, giving them a role in regulating access to the HeLa genome data. In 2023, the family reached a confidential settlement with Thermo Fisher Scientific, a biotech company that profited from HeLa cells, bringing a measure of justice. Henrietta Lacks' story is a powerful reminder that behind every scientific breakthrough is a human being. Her unwitting contribution forever changed medicine, but it also exposed a dark chapter of medical exploitation and systemic racism. Her legacy has shifted from being an anonymous source of cells to a symbol for patient rights, racial justice, and ethical research. Today, her family continues to advocate for recognition and equity, ensuring that Henrietta Lacks' name is honored and that her story prompts continuous reflection on the ethical responsibilities of the scientific community.